So I am about to go to my first voice lesson in probably 6 years, which is insane, and I am exceptionally nervous. So I have my notebook full of music, and then I have a little notebook to take notes, especially just to remember every thing that we did or thing that she says. Then I'm bringing my coffee to keep in the car because I probably shouldn't be having coffee, but I have it every day. So I feel like it would be worse to break up my routine. And then I'm bringing a water. I mean, of course to have water, but also in case she wants to do bubble work. If you know, you know. Glasses so I can see, especially because whenever I get anxious like this, my eyesight kind of gets bad. I have this long cardigan here. Okay, and I need to get out the door because I have never been to her office, so I don't want to get lost. So I'm gonna get there decently early. At this point, it takes about 20 minutes to drive over there, so I'll have about 20 minutes to find the spot. So hopefully I don't get lost. She said just to text her if I did, so it'll be fine. And then I'm probably gonna warm up in the car a bit. I don't know, I'm so nervous. I need to get out the door though. I wanna keep talking to you. I'm extra nervous for this voice lesson because I still don't have my voice fully back. And so there are certain sections of my voice that just haven't fully recovered yet. Kind of my passaggio, the break in my voice, or your mixed voice, right as I enter my head voice, that part of my voice isn't fully back yet. So I'm I don't want to embarrass myself because I don't even sound how I would want to. So that's disappointing. Okay, let's get out the door. Oh, I should probably have a pencil too, huh? Trying to remember all of the things whenever I haven't done it in so long. It's just crazy. But I think I'm doing a good job, especially since I got my pencil. Okay, that went so good. Oh my goodness. I loved her, for one. I absolutely loved her. She had a great outlet. She had a great outlook on things. The way she was able to describe things just made so much sense. It was the first time that my singing felt that easy, and I'm amazed. I'm just really proud of myself for showing up and doing it and working through all of the nerves to get there. And I'm really excited about what we can do moving forward because she just has a very holistic approach and very simple. We're just doing the task at hand, which rules out a lot of the noise. It's not oh, think about these 5 different things. I mean, I'm sure that'll come later, but as far as today goes, it was just one simple thing, just fixing breathing. And it just felt that fixing that one thing seemed to help so many issues across the board. So I'm so excited. And I don't usually feel like this. You get, a list of warm-ups to do at home. To me, that's not very exciting to just go home and do that sort of homework. But this feels like the first time that I feel excited to go home and play in the sandbox of what we worked on. And it was so simple. And so I don't know, I'm really excited. And she was super open-ended. She's my schedule just fills up. It's a first come first serve basis. So if you schedule another one, then you schedule another one, but it wasn't this pressure thing to be okay, we'll put it on the books. I did end up putting something on the books. I haven't finalized it. Basically you have to pay to lock your spot in, which makes a lot of sense, but it feels really good. For those of you who are curious and want to know what she taught me that made so much sense, it really boiled down, I feel to one thing. Whenever you are breathing, whenever you're singing, you breathe in to prepare, then you hold your breath, and then you sing while holding your breath. You don't want to lose your breath. Okay, if you've ever taken like an acting like movement class, like, you know, you've done the like, you breathe and then you have the like and like you push and you have that like bouncy sensation like in your belly where it's, you know. And so whenever I was singing, I was almost like doing the same of like engaging and giving. And so like there's probably some engagement that we'll talk about later on. And she's like, we'll definitely talk about the pelvic floor later. She's like, have you had a kid? And I was like, no, I haven't. I feel like I was able to sing higher, more comfortably than I have before. And I felt like I sang lower more comfortably than I have before. And I explained it of like the flow of sound just felt more natural versus before it was like I was trying to like throw a dart of like a really sharp pointed high note, you know, that was really sharp. But this felt like it was just this flow of sound that just felt really natural coming out versus like, you know, like really sharp. And the crazy part is I didn't necessarily feel like my congestion affected my singing while we were doing those exercises. It definitely affected my singing later on whenever she's like, let's just run through one of your songs that you have in your book. And so we did Journey to the Past, and it was not my best rendition, that's for sure. I wouldn't say it's my worst rendition. If y'all remember, I did karaoke a while back and I did Journey to the Past and it was awful. She was saying, she's like, we're not going to be doing belting for the time being. We're just going to be doing some like legit classical music for a bit. Just really lay those foundations and then we'll work belting back in. And basically she was like, I can tell that you're just using your natural instincts to belt versus using like educated ways to perform, educated techniques, I suppose. So that was really funny because yeah, I've not been trained to belt. Nobody would want to touch it pretty much. We'll see, you know, what the next lesson brings and how that applies to engaging your core or the pelvic floor, things like that. But for now, I'm trying to work that out of it because it just seems like that's overcomplicating it too much presently. And so that's one thing I learned. And the second thing I learned is to essentially hold my breath while I'm singing. She's like, it sounds so counterintuitive, but it's what works. And it did. And it was magical. I'm really excited to see what I can learn from her next. Because if this already turned my voice seemingly on a dime, I hope the next time I see her, like she gives me like another piece of information that like revolutionizes the way that I approach singing, because it's something that I've always wanted to be really good at. And I feel like my voice can get like a passing grade, but it's not something that has met my expectations of what I want to be able to accomplish with my voice. So it's so exciting. But she really wants to do, which I mean makes perfect sense, she wants to do like a brand new song with me. So something that I had started working on slightly years ago was Greenfinch and Linnet Bird. So I think we're gonna go start with that one because I really haven't trained it. Like I've sort of learned it, but I haven't trained the song yet. But I just wanted to share with you like my first experience back of like not having voice lesson for 6 years and going back into it. And I literally got so emotional during it. And she was like, I can tell there's just so much joy in your singing and like what you're experiencing right now. And I'm like, there is. And I feel like a performer again. I don't necessarily always feel like a performer whenever I'm doing my run-of-the-mill auditions. Just trying to sell things, like being like a salesman versus actually being an actor. Like commercials are really, really hard for me to do well. So I really want to go and see her whenever I have my voice back fully, because I want to be able to make the mistakes that I make at home in front of her so that she can help me fix them. But I think it'll be really good to do Greenfinch and Linnet Bird because it challenges me, like it's higher than I usually am able to sing. So I'm really interested to see her guidance through that song, because I need it. Like that's a song that intimidates me, but I really enjoy the song. I love the darkness to it, and there's so much to play with it. Like it's such a dramatic song and something I can really like sink my teeth into. And I was inspired to take this voice lesson because I just got to see Sierra by Guest perform at Epcot, and it was so great. And I just reconnected to the senior in high school and my college self that just wanted to train as hard as I possibly could to be on Broadway. And I didn't have a lot of chances to always be in class whenever I was younger. It was really off and on. And so I didn't feel like I had the education I wanted. And then I went to college and I was disappointed with the education that I got. And so whenever I graduated from college, I gave up on that dream. And I feel like my dreams have changed a lot, but I just feel like that little baby, you know, that 17-year-old from 10 years ago, she was so inspired to work hard and to make her dreams come true. I want that, and I want that connection, and I think a big part of that, a bridge to that, was my love of Sierra by Guest. And I feel like Sierra by Guest has this innate magic to her, like a sparkle, that whenever you hear her sing or you see her speak, it's a transcendent feeling of like, this person knows something, has something figured out about life that I want to be able to implement in my life. I want to inject my life with that sort of magic and that sparkle. So seeing her perform at Epcot, I was like, I have to get back in voice lessons. Like it's been something on my mind for the past year. I looked up her contact information, the woman I took voice lesson with today. I looked up her contact information a year ago. But I feel like I've talked so much and we've covered so much ground today. I was told in high school by my English teacher that I was verbose. And he literally took a red pen, took the paper, and he was staring at me the whole time. Verbose. And he turned the page. Verbose. I know that I love a good flowery language, all right? So I'm gonna end this vlog here. I hope this inspires you to do something that is hard. Like, if it makes your heart go pitter-patter whenever you think about it, because you're like, I can't do that, but I want to do it. That is where we should be living. Not at all times, but in a good amount of life, right? I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.